what I learned with being with my horses and interacting with them, and I'm not even necessarily talking about riding the horse, so just the handling, everyday handling of the horse. And with that lady with her horsefulness programs, I went into training with her. So things that I learned was awareness. Awareness is like a huge theme in my life, and I'm also a coach, healthy habits coach, leadership agility coach, and the awareness is just big. Without awareness, awareness of your surroundings, awareness of yourself, your body, your thoughts, your feelings. If you are not aware, then you cannot change it because you don't know that it's there. So awareness is huge, and that's what you learn with being with horses. A lot of self-reflection goes on. I get insights. When I'm stuck with my business, for example, or with coaching a client, I go out to my horses, I spend some time with it, I come back that same day, the day after, I get this epiphany. It's huge. So it's like you're stuck, and being with them helps you get unstuck. You also have to think out of the box. You're in an environment, you're out in nature, you're not in your office setting. Like I said, you can't dominate horses, so you need to think differently than you're used to with your interaction with people or with dogs. And so you have to think differently. It helps you think out of the box. Discovering limiting beliefs, I'll talk a little bit about that later. Understanding and compassion. Most people love animals, so we are patient when we want to handle our horse. We don't get angry with the horse. We understand that it's a creature, it's an animal, and we want to treat animals right. So you have a relationship with the horse of understanding and compassion, and this reflects to your relationship with yourself and with other people. Authenticity, being congruent. What does that mean? When you're feeling a certain feeling inside and you're showing something on the outside, when you're with horses, you will not fool them. They will like prick, I don't know if that's a word, right through that. They will punch a hole in that. For example, when I do coaching with horses with people that are used to being with horses and who say, I know all about horses, I grew up with them, and they pretend, I mean it in a good way, in a nice way. They pretend to be totally comfortable with horses, for example, but then they are with my big Frisian, and my Frisian responds like there's something off. The energy is not, the vibes are not sending out the right the vibes that are going on the inside. So if the person is scared or is a lot of ego is going on, then the horse will show you that like something is off and this is not right, and he will give little signals to show that. And then I point that out as the facilitator of the coaching session. I point that out to the person. The horses, working with horses can also teach you to do nothing. We are so, us humans, and more so like the older, my generation and older, we are not used to doing nothing. And doing nothing is actually a thing. And it's hard for most people to do nothing. That means just to sit there and be, just sit and be. So that's what you can learn with horses. You don't have to always have an activity to be happy or to feel content. So that's also what you learn. You learn about confidence. The list is limitless, what you can learn with working with horses. So leadership in horses, why is that theme does it work so well with horses? Because what horses want, their priorities, first survival, then comfort, then leadership, is a little bit what most humans want as well. They first want to feel safe, and then they want to be comfortable. have the food, water, warmth, cold, whatever they're needing. And when that is satisfied, they will look for leadership. Horses are in a herd, several horses in one herd, and there is always a leader horse. Sometimes that shifts. And when you come in as a human, you are supposed to take up that leadership role, so that then you are in leadership. Now, when you have no direction, your intentions are not set in stone, then the horses will feel that there's something wrong, and they will, and you're being incongruent, they will not follow you as a leader. And you can then use force, dominance, but that will damage the relationship that you've built with the horse, or your future relationship, and that won't work. So why leadership with the horses is because they're big, and you can't, with human force, you cannot force them to do something. So you have to think differently to motivate them why they should follow you, or why they should do what you ask them to do. So it's very, very unique. The coaching setups that I offer is one-on-one. That means that there's the horse and there's the individual, and I am the facilitator. So I offer 7-week sessions, and every 1 day a week, there's one session a week, and every session the individual gets a kind of an assignment. It's set, it's specified upfront what that is, and then I observe how this person performs that assignment, and I'm observing, and then afterwards I give feedback to this person, and with that feedback this person gets insights. A lot of self-reflection is going on, self-discovery, and learning about herself or himself, and learning about relationships with other people. And that's mostly a 7-week program. Then I also offer in duo. That means that you come with 2 people, a couple, 2 friends, or 2 people that don't know each other. And here is what you see here, these acrobatic things. This is horse and yoga. So yes, you can actually do yoga with a horse, and you don't necessarily have to be on the horse. I will show you how that goes if you're not on the horse in a minute. So this is with 2, and what is great about this is that it's about trust, it's about communicating with each other. So there is always a handler of the horse, and then there's someone that is doing the activity. That is in duo. Then always debriefing afterwards, always time for self-reflection. Here is an example of horse and yoga, not on the horse. I'm not sure, it's the first time I did a video in a presentation, so I'm not sure if it will want to, it's streaming, so let's just give it 5 seconds, and if not, then I'll make sure that I get it to you, Shane, and that you can post it or something. So it keeps.
While we're waiting, is the duo also 7 weeks, like the one-on-one?
This can be like a one-time session. Of course, follow-up sessions are great, because the first time maybe this person has never been so close with a horse, has never been on a horse. So the more sessions, the more you learn about yourself. Yeah. So we're gonna skip this, unfortunately. Then There should be a picture. I think the video messed up the picture. Anyhow, there's also group sessions possible. That is like mostly in a corporate group. So for team dynamics, so when there's a group in a company, let's say the HR department, with the HR manager and then his assistants or her assistants, they come to interact with the horses. Again, they get assignments and they learn about communication, about the difference between one-way communication, giving an order, and then two-way communication, giving the order, but then going back and forth about what exactly the outcome needs to be and how as a team you can bring that about. So the people that come and work with me and with the horses here are mostly people that are not familiar with horses. So that is very interesting, and it's also, I like that because they don't have limiting beliefs, not so much as people that are very used to working with horses. So it's a very non-conventional approach and belief that I have about being with horses. So the less they know about it, I think the better or the more they learn. Otherwise, they have this limiting belief. They're more narrow-minded. They have their perception, and so yeah, it's more difficult for them to oh no, I thought it was gonna want to come. No, on. Never mind that. Okay, so I had here a group photo, the one that I had in the beginning. So yeah, so mostly corporate. Yeah, and then, sorry about that. Here we go. Yeah, so yeah, I'll finish this presentation so we can get to the questions. Resources that I strongly recommend, and I'm sure that Shane will give them in an email, or it's Horses Never Lie, Mark Rashid, The Horse Seeks Me, Close Hemfling, Riding Home, The Horse as the Mirror of the Soul, and then She Flies Without Wings. So that's all great lecture. Audiobooks, if you've never tried an audiobook before, audible.com gives you a free book if you're new to audiobooks, so I highly recommend that. And then if you wonder, is horse-powered coaching or equine assisted coaching, if that is for you or for your company, for your team, then I'd be happy to hop on a call with you and talk more about that and see if it's actually would be a good fit for what you're looking for as results. So then just get in touch, email me, or go to my website and subscribe to my newsletters. Yeah.